You get those two? Here we go. Get ready to do a goddamn deal. Goddamn deal.
And now, live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Yes. Oh, we're back. It is Tuesday. And we're ass whipped because if you live in this world, no doubt by the second work day of the work week, something, somewhere, somehow, some way has whipped your ass, and we don't want it to ruin the rest of your week. So we come in here on Tuesday and give you an excuse to bitch. And that's what we do because I like to bitch. And so it's a great way to bitch myself because I'm allowing Thunderdomers to do it too. And welcome to it. It is absolutely Ass Whip Tuesday. I've not showered. I've not shaved. I am broadcasting today from my apartment. Only because, well, I could say that I was too lazy to go to LG's place. But that's not the case. We made a decision. I did this for you, Lawrence. I'm here because of you. I'm a good friend, a good co-worker. LG has to pack up a S-ton of gear and get ready to do our other little pod thing we're doing now. Our little once a week thing with Cleto and Ernie we're going to do today. And by me doing it here, it gives LG, it saves him some time because there's a lot of things he needs to take over to that other podcast. That if I were there today, it would delay that process. So that's all for you. It's all for you.
Yeah, I'd like
You're
to
welcome.
think that I'm saving you some time for not having to go back and forth on the nightmare that is currently 1604.
Well, that's true. You are also preventing me. I don't have to go to 1604 at all today. I'm actually, see, look, I don't even have shoes on. Look, see the feet? No shoes. How about that? How about that? That's wild ass.
How's Tonobly doing?
Tonobly's still there, a.k.a. Mike Toller. I've just decided to keep him. Why not? He's become part of the family, you know? So Lawrence is, of course, referencing the cyst on my toe, which, for the record, I went and tried to get burned off or cut off or whatever she did. Actually, no, she shot needles in it, and that was supposed to make it go away. And indeed, no, it did not. So we roll on today. This is what I slept in. I'm in my apartment barefoot, and it's all for you. Although I got to admit, not driving to your place is kind of cool. And and I've got gear to do the show here in my place.
Yeah, but we got to work on that camera and
Yeah, I
a
know. It
little
looks
bit better
hazy. Huh?
background and maybe a
I know.
better microphone.
If I did the show here every day, LG would quit or blow his head
No, it'd
off.
be fine. We just got to upgrade your setup. It'd be I wouldn't mind it. It'd be fine.
What do I need? I need a mic like the one that's in front of your face right now.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. Well,
Yeah.
you just need a setup that you can leave set up and don't have to, take
Yeah.
down or change the
Understood.
connections and whatnot.
Do you need these
So we can-
headphones? Do I need to bring these with me today?
Yes, you need to bring
our thing?
those. And by the way, look, can you put that mic more like in your mouth? A little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah.
How's that? How about that? Do I sound more manly
so
now?
much better, yes.
Okay, my bad, dude. See,
Appreciate
look,
it. No, it's all good.
Ask Whip Tuesday. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
No, all right.
happens.
So I thought I'd pick a sportsy one today. Chet Holmgren, a.k.a. Tall McLovin. What an ass whip he is, just because he looks like a freak show. And when I've given Chet Holmgren crap ever since he was at Gonzaga, just because of what a weirdo he looks like. And it's funny because, Wemby is even taller than Chet. Wemby looks strange doing the things he does on the court because of how ginormous he is. But he's put together, right? Does that make sense? Versus if you go look at that freak Chet Holmgren, he looks like one of them dudes that came out of the spaceship at the end of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You baby boomers will get that reference. Tall McLovin, a.k.a. Chet Holmgren, last night was crying on Twitter after getting his ass toe up by Victor Wembanyama, bitching about getting headbutted. One of the big highlights last night of the game, Wemby's debut in the preseason anyway, up in Oklahoma, was him driving to the hole on Chet Holmgren. And I'm not saying Chet sucks. I look forward to this matchup for years to come. That's the moment right there. Oh, thanks, LG, for good. That's pretty sweet. That's Wemby drives in there, lays it in, gets fouled, flexes those tiny arms. Nothing on my body's bigger than Wemby's except my biceps. I'm proud of that. I got bigger arms than Wemby, but that's about it. But he stands over Chet, flexes, and then Chet decides to tweet about it after. You see that there? So they're showing the highlight there by ESPN. And then Holmgren, when the game's over, writes, bitching about getting headbutted. Great move. Yeah, you can't defend the headbutt. Okay, dude. What a beating. I look forward to this matchup, though. And I look forward to hating on Chet because he's an obvious target. He's a young kid. He didn't play at all last year because he's got that weird body and he got hurt. And he missed the whole season. So he made his preseason debut for OKC last night, a year after they drafted him. And so I'm excited about this because Oklahoma City's probably a franchise. It's going to get pretty good pretty soon because of Chet. And he's their Wemby, And he looks goofy. He looks like Tall McLovin. He looks like a turtle pervert. I mean, imagine, and he fits in Oklahoma City too. You can imagine walking through a trailer park somewhere in Mobilehoma and you see Chet Holmgren hanging out on a lawn chair smoking a cig. He fits right in with those idiots up there in Oklahoma. So quit bitching on Twitter. Okay, fine. By the way, some of that was a flop too. I'm sorry that his head made contact with your face. Get used to it, bitch. Don't stand in the way. But don't go. That's fine. Don't go on Twitter or X or whatever we're supposed to call it now and complain about that. Take that crap and put a diaper on it. That's bullshit. But I'm glad. Good. Let the hate flow through. I'm happy about this. Build that antipathy because if OKC does get good around Chet and we get good around Wemby, this is a rivalry here for years to come, which is great. That'll be, for my entertainment value, a wonderful thing. But that's my ass whip. Chet bitching last night about him getting driven up on, and Wemby hit me in the face with his head. Wemby is taller than Chet, but doesn't look as freaky as him. Wembanyama looks more proportionate. He's way more good looking than Chet is too. So our towerful dude is better looking than their towerful dude, but that's fitting because it's Oklahoma. You got something whipping your ass homes today, and why? If you do, my grainy video.
Well, yeah, you're whipping my ass, of course.
I'm sorry.
No,
LG hurt my feelings a minute ago. He made the comment that if I ever get connected on the first try, he's going to run out and buy a lottery ticket. That hurt my feelings.
No, I was just kidding, man.
Thought we were buddies.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. A, I suck at technology. B, the good thing about that is it forces others to continue to have to help me.
But it never
So
fails.
I'll never
like,
learn
how many
because you
times
helped
have
me.
we gone through the setup process and you still don't know it? Like, seriously.
Like 10, probably 10 times now we've done the show here, and I've still
Yeah.
yet to connect on the first try. It's a joint effort.
Yeah.
All right, so
One day.
my producer just handed me this. You see that?
Mm.
This is what she uses to clean her glasses. She told me to try wiping the camera. That could be. I watch so much porn on here. God knows what's on top of the camera. Let's see.
Mm.
I'm kidding, baby. I don't actually. Did that help?
Not really.
Okay, could be the connector at my megaplex that I live in. So that's good. What's whipping your ass, Holmes, besides me?
Not much right now. Yeah.
just me.
Yeah. Just you. Just
hey, man.
Everything's whipping my ass today, actually, you know. It's just,
really? Well, give me one.
I woke up ass whipped for some reason. I'm out of coffee. That's what it is. That's my main thing. I woke up and I'm out of coffee. I forgot to order coffee.
I'm even happier that I didn't go over today because I would have been pissy had you not had any of that stuff.
See what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as we're done here, I need to go get coffee.
Yeah, it's my turn. I got my dogs sound way cooler than your little doggo.
Yeah.
I got big old dogs.
Like ear piercing.
Yeah. When are we going to address the other dog that lives with you and the things that he does to people?
He's just checking you, Holmes.
That red-haired dog with a chweck ear.
He's just checking you out. Just making sure you're legit.
He's not checking me out. He's checking out the inside of my asshole. That's what he's checking out. No, so there's a dog. So
that's what dogs do. He just
am I allowed to get this person?
Dog.
LG's brother's been staying with him. Super nice guy, a guy called Mike. Major Thunderdome apparently too. Kick-ass set of tattoos. He's like a much cooler looking version of Lawrence. And so his dog lives there, and it's great for LG's little dog, Ellie, which y'all hear barking from time to time. But LG's brother's dog likes to bury his nose up in your ass. I brought Nina over there the other day when I had to do a show.
Apologies for that. Yeah.
And this poor woman was wearing a skirt. The first thing he does, I turned to my left, and Cairo, I just saw Cairo's body. His entire head was up in her skirt from the back. Highly unfortunate.
Yeah,
highly unfortunate. And I know that every day when I go to your house, the first thing I'm going to have to do is get my nuts and ass smelled up by that dog.
I want me some glory hole.
And that's how dogs do it. I mean, dogs smell butts. But he's like over the top with it, that other little dog. He literally, like, you feel his nose touch your taint. He like, it's like a bong rip. He's an ass man for sure. So I'm also I didn't get molested today. I know that every day at your house, I'm going to get violated sexually by the other dogo who lives. He's a sweet thing. He's a sweetheart. He means well. He's just a pervert. He can't help it. It is what he is, and we can take it or leave it. And I leave it. All right, let's move on. So it's Ass Whip Tuesday, and I apologize for the grainy video, but it is what it is. We're doing our best. I do want to continue. I do want to continue to promote the things you see when you're at home broadcasting. There's a golf tournament coming up at the end of the month. On Monday, October the 30th, and I'm going to start really promoting the hell out of this now. I wanted to give it till about this week because we know how we do in our city. We wait till the last minute, and that's okay. Y'all want to play golf with Taylor? Sign up to play golf. I am participating in this annual golf tournament here. It's called the Gary Rich Golf Classic, and it's up at Fair Oaks, and it's going to be on Monday, October the 30th. Okay, and every nickel goes to the women's shelter that's in Bernie, up in Kendall County. And it's not just for victims, women, children, or men. Men can stay there, of Kendall County. It doesn't matter if you live in California County. That just happens to be where they are. And I'm a huge supporter of this place through my girlfriend, and I'm also a huge supporter of this place just because I have experience with a women's shelter back in my childhood. I lived there. I lived in one once in Corpus Christi, and I always said that if I had a chance to get back to women's shelters, I would do so. So I'm super proud. And you see the purple writing there. It's not because they like TCU. It's because purple's the official color of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is the month of October. And so the golf tournament's coming up at the end of the month, and I would like y'all to play in this. We've got, we already have 3 or 4 Thunderdomers that have already signed up, and I'm going to be on that team. But what I've said was, if we only get three dudes, then I'll just play with that group. But if we get more than 3 dudes, then what I'll do is just bounce around, and I'll just play with all the different teams. I'll go play 2 holes apiece with each Thunderdome team for funsies. That's what I'll do. If you want me to, I'm happy to come play with you for a couple of holes. Anyway, but everything goes to the Kendall County Women's Shelter up in Bernie. And as you can see there, Lawrence posted the information. And a 4-person team is $650. So if you get 4 dudes together, that's not very much money apiece. Or you can also play individually, and we'll just put you on a team. You get all kinds of stuff, all kind of swag, all kind of incentives to come up and play. And you're doing good in the hood. So if you're interested in playing, reach out to me with a DM and I'll send you the link. Or I'll tweet this out too later today. I'll put it on all my socials because there's a QR code on there you can click to sign up. Or just DM me or email me at miketaylorshow@gmail.com or whatever. Reach out to me via email, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, message me, all that kind of thing. All right. And we're going to start talking about this more as the next couple of weeks come and go because we want to get as many Thunderdomers involved in this as possible. By the way, Lawrence, on October the 30th, it's a Monday. I ain't working. I'm off. You're welcome to come up and hang out with us. I know you don't like golf, but you can come out and roll or take pictures for a couple hours if you want, or just take the day off and go to the brothel or whatever it is you do on off days.
10-4 apricot.
We talked about Chet Holmgren getting headbutted in the face last night by Wemby. Let's talk about Wemby. What a terrific debut he had. And as we get rolling here, again, let's remind everybody that what we talking about here. We talking about preseason ball. Pop didn't even play all of his regulars. Oklahoma City is out there just playing a bunch of dudes that'll probably be in G League before too long. I get all that. I get all that. And I haven't watched a preseason Spurs game ever. Since the day I walked in the door in this town, I've not watched a preseason game. My time is too important to waste it on preseason basketball. Last night was the rare exception and probably the only time that I was interested in preseason basketball. And Victor Wembanyama was absolutely terrific with all the parameters of preseason. No Jeremy Sohan, no Keldon Johnson. Geez, how good would he have been had he had those 2 out there with him to make it easier on him? Good grief. Oklahoma City did not play the regular team they're going to play. All that a given. Got it. Didn't count preseason. That kid looked great. And he's not even really getting coached up right now. They're basically saying, go out there, free ball, do what you need to do, and have at it. He's out there free balling all night, and Chet got a taste of him. No, I just go out there and play hoop, man. Just go hoop. Do what you got to do. Some of those highlights you saw, if y'all didn't see the game, some of the highlights that have gone viral today are him just out there making stuff happen. They probably have 1 or 2 set plays right now. The point being, in a month, he's going to be even better because he'll have the regular Spurs out there with Pop actually trying to win the games. In a month, he'll know the system better. They'll actually be running plays and stuff. And right now, it's just go out there and wing it and just get used to running around against NBA guys and do your thing. And he was effing great. He is going to be sensational. And he just plays with such an ease about him, a confidence. He's fluid. He's resolute out there. He doesn't hesitate a ton. Sure, he's going to have some moments, and he had 4 turnovers. He got a little antsy and a little over anxious on D a couple of times, and he's so long. He can stand at the free throw line and foul you at the top of the key. He's so stupid long. But man, just for a 19-year-old kid with not all of his regular guys out there with him, with no real plays even being called yet. For a kid just out there, just go out there and hoop. Man, I don't know how anybody can look at that. Even Spurs enemies. I don't know how anyone could look at that and think he's going to be a stiff. He ain't going to be Sean F. Bradley. He ain't going to be Brad Daugherty. Ain't nobody saying he's going to be Tim Duncan. Ain't nobody putting him in the Hall of Fame yet. But my God, the things he can do are just unprecedented in the history of this game because of how big he is and how just maneuverable he is on the court, how fluid he is and athletic that he is on the court. Don't leave without giving me a kiss, girl.
Give me some chon-chon.
Sorry. She got to go work here in a minute. Mother of Pearl, it's just fantastic to watch that kid do what he's got to do. So that's it. I got nothing. It's a preseason game. He looked great. I'm excited. Yay, we've got Wembanyama. I can't wait to see him in person. It's going to be absolutely terrific, and it's going to be awesome. So Mother of Pearl, look at that dunk. Dude, look where good God, look where he took off from. He reaches in, gets the steal, makes the ball loose. Love you, baby. Runs down the court in like 4 steps, takes 1 step from 10 feet out, and just puts that giant-ass arm in there. He's an alien. He's an alien. He's exactly what LeBron James said he was 2 years ago when LeBron first saw him play when he was a kid. All right, show brought to you in part by San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of Thunderdome and the Miguelito Antonito Taylor Hour. They got over 1,500 kids in that league. Several teams from age 4 all the way to 19, from beginner league to advanced traveling college-age kids out there running around playing like Messi. It is San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of us, San Antonio City Soccer Club. Okay, what else today? I mentioned the 3 Cents podcast. I'm proud to be working with not obviously DJ LG, who's running this. I'm proud to be working with 2 good dudes in Ernie Zuniga, the longtime Fox 29 news anchor, and Cleto Rodriguez, the longtime WOAI television man. The old "Where's Cleto" bit. Where's Cleto? At 2 o'clock, he's going to be hanging out with me. And longtime stand-up comic. And the 3 of us with LG have gotten together, and we did what's called the 3 Cents podcast last week. Get it? 3 Cents podcast. Last I checked, we had over 10,000 people that watched that thing just on YouTube alone or on Facebook alone. I'm not even seeing the Spotify numbers or the YouTube numbers, but on Facebook, we had over 10,000. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. All right, if we get 10,000 every week, okay, I might keep doing it every week. So today, we're going to give it another shot. Today, the 3 Cents podcast with me and Ernie and Cleto will broadcast live at 2 o'clock on, all right, my YouTube page, right, LG? And Ernie Zuniga's Facebook page. So if you follow Ernie on Facebook, you can watch the show there, or you can watch it on our YouTube page, and that's last week. Oh, look at that. That's me making a sex joke, clearly, as I'm patting my legs. Look at that puro-ass shirt Ernie wore last week. We'll see what he wears today. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. I've always had guys in the room with me like Lawrence and Puma and Bear and all those guys I've worked with in the past. But I've never had a setup like this one where I've got 2 legit, like equals, like 2 dudes, I mean, that are like hosts. And a lot of y'all probably think I'm too arrogant to do a show with a bunch of guys, but that's not true. I've gotten lazier as I've gotten older. And it was cool to be a part of kind of an ensemble last week. And I'm looking forward to this show again today. It's 3 guys from San Antonio who just sit around and shoot the shit about San Antonio stuff. That's our show. That's what it is right now. And we haven't really planned topics, not much. We have not really put a ton of thought into it. We had a couple of meetings about it and how we want to approach it. Basically, just like what time can you show up, what day you want to do it. We want to take this thing organically because I do think this show has a chance to be good for y'all. I think a lot of people might like watching this show, whether you like my ass or not. These 2 dudes, or like him, or like me, whoever. It's cool. We got 3 different guys who do different things, have different experiences in the same town. It's 2.5. I wanted to call it 2.5 Mexicans, but we wound up with 3 Cents podcasts. And that's cool. That's cool. So today at 2 o'clock, another edition of the 3 Cents podcast. Be by the channel and let me know what you think. We want feedback. It's a new show. It's 3 different dudes, and we want to do a real good job with it. So that's it. All right. You can see I'm wearing my Salvation Army Hope T-shirt today. Kettle season. Red kettle season is around the corner. And then after that, when we get done with red kettle season, we're going to get into barbecue season as we start getting ready for the 2024 Cooking for the Kids Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club barbecue hosted by me.
Open toast for you, baby.
And today we
we
actually had a team sign up today, as a matter of fact. Shout out to the first barbecue team for the 24 barbecue. Now, that dude is an honor student, signing his team up in October for an event that's not until what's the date? The last Saturday of March, I think. We haven't even officially announced the date. It's going to be, I think it's the last weekend of March. Shout out to Bermea BQing, the first barbecue team of 2K24's barbecue. We haven't even gotten to Christmas yet, and we got a dude who signed his barbecue team up already, and I appreciate that. If you want to sign your team up and get it out of the way, it's $100. Just get a hold of the folks at the San Antonio Salvation Army and tell them you want to sign your team up, and they'll get your team signed up. All right, let's move on. What else today? I have delayed Cowboys talk as long as I can, but before we get into it, let's tell you that the show is brought to you in part by Live Oak Vodka, the official vodka of Mike Taylor and Thunderdome. They got a 91 score last year at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge of 2K22. They continue to put out one of the best vodkas I've ever had, and they're the official vodka of our show, and they're distilled right here in the great state of Texas, down in Beeville. At Coastal Bend Distilling Company in Beeville, it is Live Oak Vodka. Shout out to Robert and Danny and the guys down there. They work their ass off to give you the best vodka they can. Texas-made vodka. Ain't got to go to Russia. Don't drink Putin's crap. That's cheap. Drink good stuff, and they make the good stuff right down there in Beeville, north of Corpus at Live Oak Vodka and Coastal Bend Distilling. Okay. It is Ass Whip Tuesday. So let's just start getting into all of the different ass whips of the day. And as y'all know, I'm a supporter of Micah Parsons. 2 reasons. A, he has a star on his helmet. B, he's a really damn good player. But as you know, he ass whips me a little bit. And it's not a lot of it's not even his fault. It is the overreacting to him and the false labeling of him. And I defended Micah yesterday. I'm begging people, just let the kid be him. Just let him play. Let's drop the Lawrence Taylor bullshit. Let's drop he's the best. He got robbed for the Defensive Player of the Year award last year. No, he didn't. He's not better than Nick Bosa. I'm not even sure he's better at his position than Frank Warner is. The Niners have 2 guys on their defense, arguably better than Micah. But that's not a shot at Micah. San Francisco's got 2 badass players. Let's just let this dude play. And he didn't do shit in San Francisco the other night. He just didn't. That game was about Dak. But next, it was about Micah. Because he is the best guy on defense. And their defense gave up 42 points. And a lot of it's on him because he didn't make no damn plays. So the other thing that Micah, that I run hot and cold with on Micah, and I don't care if guys have podcasts. I have a podcast. Why can't Micah Parsons have a podcast? Micah's he's a boisterous dude. He's braggadocious. He's very vocal. He loves to talk. But like I've said for years, that's fine, and I support that. But when you make a jackass of yourself on Twitter or Instagram or your podcast, I'm gonna rip you, just like I'd rip any other podcaster who makes a jackass of himself. So the other night, George Kittle decided to talk shit to the Cowboys via his T-shirt. I should have sent you a link to this too, LG. I don't know if you got it or not. Probably not. George Kittle, the stud tight end for the 49ers, who torched their ass with 3 touchdowns. After the 3rd touchdown in Monday Night Football, of course, they weren't going to show this. Homeboy raises his jersey up to reveal a T-shirt he's wearing underneath his shoulder pads that said "Fuck Dallas" on it. Okay, that's fine. You're a badass. You're George Kittle. You torched him. Cool. I got no problem with shit talking. But again, Cowboys players don't wear "Fuck San Francisco" T-shirts. idiots from there it is. You found it. Very good. That's the T-shirt that homeboy had on the other night. Boy, talk about being in your head. But if you're going to do that, you're going to wear the T-shirt, score 3 touchdowns. And he did. What are you going to do? So Micah Parsons decides, I guess let me finish my other point. Cowboy fans don't talk a lot of shit about other teams and other teams the way they talk about the Cowboys because the Cowboys are America's team. I'm just here to tell you what the truth is. I can't make you believe it. Like you'll see people like I bitched about this a couple of weeks ago. Chiefs fans going to bars in San Antonio with their Chiefs jerseys on in the middle of a Cowboys-Cardinals game and shit-talking the Cowboys real loud so their fans can hear because you want to make an ass of yourself when the Chiefs ain't even playing. Cowboys fans do not go to bars in Kansas City with their Cowboys jerseys on and talk shit about the Cowboys and make fun of the Chiefs in front of Chiefs fans because we're above that shit. But we're in their heads, and clearly we're in George Kittle's head too. That's the T-shirt that the dude wore. Now, that all being said, he backed it up. He kicked ass. He pulled the shirt up. Cool. He wouldn't have pulled that up had the Cowboys been kicking his ass, though, I'll guarantee it. But he did, and it is what it is. He made it personal. And sometimes making it personal is good if it brings the best out of your abilities. And so, you know what? Scoreboard George Kittle, he kicked their ass. Micah Parsons called him out for it on his podcast last night. This is Micah talking shit about George Kittle wearing this T-shirt on the Edge podcast with Micah Parsons.
George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us, and he posted this thing to IG. He said, F Dallas. I just feel like he's making it way more personal than it had to be. Kittle's my guy, but I'm going to say this. Laugh now, cry later. We got something for that. Just trust. If we see them again, just trust. And we're going to put it just like that. I ain't going to put too much on it. You're going to make it personal. We can make it personal. That's cool. George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us, and he
that's it. 2 things to that. I'm not going to just trust Micah. You know what? I'm going to trust that the Cowboys are going to get their fucking ass kicked again when they play the 49ers again because they own you, and you are not in their class. They got a better quarterback. They got a better head coach. They got a better staff. They got a better edge rusher. They got a better linebackers. They got better everything. They've got 2 CD Lambs on that team. San Francisco is a better football team than Dallas. And that's fine. You want to get mad. Just trust it's going to change. Oh, really? Is it going to change? Why didn't it change the last 3 times the Cowboys got their ass beat by the 49ers then? So I'm going to go ahead and not trust. The other reaction to that is on Kittle making it personal. Why don't you make it personal? Wait, are you not making it personal? It's football. It should be personal. This is the team directly in your way. This is the team who has ended your season 2 years in a row. Why not make it personal? Maybe George Kittle's onto something by making it personal. Maybe you should too. I got no problem with that. This is football. It is a violent game. How are you supposed to go be violent against somebody and have violence against them without making it personal? This is not tennis. It is football. This is not exercising. This is football. It is a violent game for violent people, and the most violent team is going to win. You probably ought to make it personal so you can get the best out of your own abilities. Micah is a bit of an ass whip. Just go get tackles, man. Your team got flagellated. You didn't do anything in the game. Nothing. A lot of Cowboys fans have called Micah Parsons out, too, in the last couple of days because he didn't do anything in the game. He talks a ton of shit. And this whole rant here about, you made it personal. Well, yeah, maybe you should, too, man. Micah's been called out by a lot of fans, not just me. Speaking of the Cowboys, and we'll go on to the next thing, this my ass whip today that's Cowboys-related. Here's another one. Leighton Vander Esch. More neck problems. Boy, had it been a knee or an arm or a toe or a penis, I wouldn't have been as worried. Well, you never want to get your penis hurt, but I wouldn't have been as worried as I am. Leighton Vander Esch, who has a history of neck issues, suffered a strained neck the other night, probably a stinger, when he fell head first into Micah in the midst of a chaotic play. And it wasn't just a strained neck, it's bad. So the Cowboys said this morning that Van Der Esch is actually looking at a 4 to 6 weeks absence. Best case scenario is back in 4 weeks, and they have a bye in 2 weeks, so that means he's only going to miss 3 games. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Van Der Esch is going to miss 5 games. But I'm worried about him long term. I worry that he's going to miss more than 4 to 6 weeks because he's had real bad neck problems in the past, and now he's got another neck strain. That's at least what they're calling it. It's probably worse. Obviously, I've strained my neck. I didn't miss 4 to 6 weeks of work. Granted, I'm not a football player, but I think you know what I mean. You ain't missing 4 to 6 weeks if it's a little strain. No, he got something else. It's bad. So, bye-bye Leighton Vander Esch. Bye-bye Trayvon Diggs. Deron Bland, need him bad because he's out there playing on the outside corner spot because of Trayvon Diggs. It's football. It's going to happen. You're going to have injuries, period. And what can overcome your injuries in the NFL, or at least try to make up for them at least a little bit, is elite coaching and elite quarterback play. I don't know if I know the Cowboys have elite defensive coordinating. I know Dan Quinn's an elite defensive coordinator. In the NFL, you're going to get your ass kicked sometimes on defense. That's all there is to it. The league's set up for offense to score. I'm not upset with the coaching staff at all. Not Mike McCarthy's play calling, not Dan Quinn, nobody. I'm pissed off at number 4. Dak Prescott is the reason why they're 3-2. And if they lose on Monday night in L.A. against the Chargers, 90% chance it'll be Dak Prescott's fault. He got pissed off 2 weeks ago after the Arizona game and told Clarence E. Hill of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, I guess y'all are happy now, threw an interception. Oh, remember what I said? That was a bad sign by Dak. When you start letting us know that the media is getting under your skin and getting in your head, you might as well hang it up, man. 2 weeks later, we get the worst game of his career when he clearly lost confidence and didn't have nearly as much confidence as he should have had the other night. We get that 2 weeks later. He's in a bad way, and he's not going to get better. Cowboys have a massive quarterback problem, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it, at least right now. And so it's open season on Dak. And, of course, because he's Dak Prescott, he plays for the Cowboys, he's going to get roasted from one end of the country to the other. But that's the deal when you're a Cowboy. When you show any sign of being kind of good, they want to tell you that you're the next Lawrence Taylor. When you show a sign of your career coming to an end because you're getting older and you have injuries and you're losing confidence, they want to say that you suck. That's the way it goes when you're the Cowboys. The latest dumbass to make a dumbass of himself is former 49ers safety Dante Whitner, who does a post-game show on NBC Bay Area after 49ers games. And the other night, they rolled Dante Whitner out there, and he decided to – and by the way, let's hear what he has to say, but let's not get distracted by his dumbass-looking shirt that has tassels or rope string or something hanging from it. That's Dante Whitner on the right side. Going to throw Dak under the bus on Bay Area TV in San Francisco on Taylor.
We welcome Dante to your show, Dante. What is your overall first take about this 42-10 butt whooping by the 49ers?
Dak Prescott sucks.
Oh, my God.
Period. Right? They talk so much about Dak Prescott being a top-tier quarterback, franchise guy. I don't see it. I see them trying to cover up for what he lacks. A lot of quick throws, cutting half of the field off, and giving him easy throws. Other than that, he's not a quarterback that can drop back and really take advantage of a defense and carve it up. And today we've seen it. The 49ers defense made him look like a tier 4 quarterback.
We welcome Dante to your show.
Okay, I agree with all that except the beginning. Dak Prescott sucks. He wouldn't say that about anybody else in the league. Dante Whitner's ass whipped because he's heard Dak Prescott talk for the last 8 years and he hates the Cowboys. But that's the Cowboys. If you make some sacks in your rookie season and you put a lion on your arm in tat form, they want to say that you're the next Lawrence Taylor. When you start showing signs of decline and confidence problems and you're clearly on the back end of your career, Dak's probably on the 16th hole of his career, then they want to say you suck. It's just the whole thing is a massive ass whipping. It is what it is, man. That's life when you're America's team. All right, it's Ass Whip Tuesday on Mike Taylor Live. Ass Whips are coming in here today. By the way, this is another Jerry Jones on one of his 14 radio shows this morning told 105.3 The Fan that he's absolutely no doubt about it, unequivocally, still believes that Dak can lead them to the Super Bowl. I mean, what's Jerry going to say? Dak's done. I got to find a way to get the fuck out of his contract quick. I mean, Jerry may think that, but he's not going to say that on television. But for the record, Jerry's quote this morning, I'm going to be very affirmative here. I completely believe that we have the quarterback. That could take us to where we need to go, i.e., I'm stuck with this motherfucker's contract. I can't get out of it. I'm done. I'm gonna die before this sumbitch can retire. Mm-hmm. I added the last part might have been added, but that's added. That's the quote from Jerry, though. I want to be affirmative. Completely believe we have the quarterback and take us where we need to go. Okay. He lying his ass off. Jerry ain't that dumb. He knows better, but what can he say? Jerry signs up to do a bunch of radio shows every year, and he's not going to throw Dak Prescott under the bus. And they're still 3-2. It's not like they can't make the playoffs and still get lucky. What if Brock Purdy gets hurt? What if Nick Bosa blows his knee out? I mean, you got to keep playing, even though I don't have any trust in Dak at all. I don't think he's tier 4. He played tier 4 the other night, but Dak's still mid-tier 2. I still think that Dak is probably, and maybe tomorrow we'll mail in a segment, LG, and do Let's Rank the Quarterbacks again, which is one of the great mail-in radio bits of all time. Without looking at it and just off the top of my head, Dak's probably about the 13th best guy in the league. It's not that he's absolutely atrocious. He's just nearing the end physically. And then he lost confidence the other night, big time, and played like fucking Zach Wilson did against the Cowboys. He looked like Mac Jones against the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, who finally got benched, by the way, in New England. That Mac Jones just can't play, and Belichick's got problems. But Dak's still capable of winning games in the NFL. But because he's Dak and he plays for the Cowboys, he's either going to win the Super Bowl for the next 2 years, or he's horrible and needs to quit football today. That's the way it goes. There's no in between. We'll be talking about Cowboys. Bear Merritt's in here, having to go to classes on Saturday and Sunday, 2 weeks in a row during the football season. WTF. Well, I don't know what classes you've got, Bear, but clearly they're worth it. So to hell with a couple of weeks of your life in football games. Get out of these classes so you can get your weekends free and get whatever it is you need to get done in your life, whatever it is you're doing. Unless he's in pervert school. Maybe are these sexual compulsion classes? I mean, I don't know. I got to know what these classes are. Just do good, get out of there and get your grade and move on. Jim, Cowboys fans' excuses. I haven't heard any excuses this week. None. They played horrible. Dak Prescott looks like he's almost done. Their best guy on defense didn't do shit. I haven't seen any excuses. Brett, just being a Cowboys fan in general is an ass whip. No, it's not. Well, if you expect them to win the Super Bowl, yeah, sure, you're ass whipped every year. You're let down every year. I don't. I expect the Cowboys to cowboy every year. I know they're going to cowboy. They're going to cowboy again this year. They're cowboying. This is what the Cowboys do. And as long as they can entertain me along the way, then I'm cool with it. I got Wembanyama. I'm fine. I'll invest emotion in that. I'm just trying to sit back and get up and get entertained by these damn Cowboys. AG, right there with Brett, being Cowboys fans and ass whip. If you have high expectations, yes, it is an ass whip. Kerry Von Erich's foot's in here. Yesterday, at the 11-minute mark on the Mike Taylor Live Show, episode 156. Not even sure if that's correct. Are we on 150? Was that 156 yesterday, LG?
I think so.
Taylor said that Brock Purdy is 5'9". The man is 6'1". Do some research, Bubba. Go Rangers. God bless Derek Gaynor. Derek Gaynor, that's a good one. I was in the middle of a rant. I exaggerated. I embellished. I know that he's not 5'9". I was making a sports point, and yes, if I have to embellish a story or, exaggerate some to hammer the point home, Kerry, I will.
But that's fine.
Whatever. I know. No, I would never alter the truth to make something more entertaining. The point was he's small. He has a weak ass arm, but he is a terrific football player. You can be both. It is possible. It is rare, but you can be good. No, I think I'm ass whipped by this narrative that what an amazing story Brock Purdy is. It's a great story. We need to let it go. Yes, he was the last pick in the draft. Yes, his dad sells hot tubs in Mesa, Arizona. Yes, he wasn't even supposed to ever sniff the field in San Francisco. They just took a flyer on him. Yes, he was awesome in college. I watched him whoop TCU's ass 2 years in a row. He's a good quarterback, a really good quarterback. Let's just accept that. We got to let that's what I was saying yesterday. Okay, great. The feel-good narrative, oh, what a great story. It's over. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. At some point, it's like that was no longer the story. It was just Tom Brady's a bad motherfucker. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. He had a great career based on where he got drafted. Dak had a solid career. A lot of y'all would disagree. He had a solid career. Trey Lance was the 3rd overall pick in the league. He probably will never start in the NFL. It is what it is. At some point, you got to let the stories and the narratives of when a kid first comes to the league go and accept what he is. Brock Purdy's just damn good. Jesus. Micah Parsons podcast remarks about Kittle are a massive ass whip. Talk on the field, not after they took you to the woodshed. Blank word. Yeah, blank word. Yeah. All right. So, I got another ass whip. So we got the baseball playoffs going, and both of the Texas teams are back in action tonight. The Astros are split with the Twins 1-1 up at Minneapolis now to play the next couple of nights up there. How about those Rangers who backed into the postseason, tanked the lead in the division, blew it and let Houston win? They're playing the Orioles, who have the best record in the American League, and the Rangers went up there and not just beat them, beat their ass around the ballpark 2 nights in a row. So the Rangers with a 2-0 lead going into Game 3 of their series with the Orioles tonight here up in Arlington. That's cool, and I'm supportive of the Rangers. I'm not anti-Rangers at all. I'm pro-Astros, but I'm not anti-Rangers, if that makes sense. Here's what's my ass whip is. And look, whatever makes you play well, I'm for. If you believe in Jesus and that makes you play well, great. If you worship the devil all week long, but that's what makes you score touchdowns, cool with me. I don't give a shit. We don't know each other. It's not personal. But the Rangers are really, really testing my support of them. Even though they're playing great baseball these last 2 games against the Orioles. Have you heard what the Rangers have been blasting every night in their clubhouse this last week as a good luck charm? I'm going to give you a hint, LG. Hello, my friend, we meet again. Can you walk with me? I don't know all the words. I'm free. I'm careless. I believe.
I got nothing.
I'm free.
I'll just stop you now. You just go ahead and tell me what it is.
Can you take me higher?
Is that Creed?
Creed.
Okay.
The Rangers have decided that the official band of them is Creed. And they're playing 25-year-old douchey Creed tunes in their clubhouse every night.
So basically
they just
turn on 99.5 Kiss and they're all good?
Yep. Turn on 99.5 Kiss, wait 5 minutes, and you're bound to hear Creed. Bruce Bochy, the longtime manager in baseball, the Hall of Fame manager who took over the Rangers just this year, and he's 2 wins away from going to the freaking ALCS. Bruce was asked about the team's love of Creed, and it's weird as this is a bunch of 25-year-old kids that love Creed. Bruce was asked about this last night, the love of the Creed of the Creed. And Bruce said he's never even heard of Creed. He was aware that they listened to Creed. He does not know any Creed songs, and he's been familiarizing himself with their catalog the last couple of days. And again, look, man, whatever helps you play well, God, I mean, it's easier to tolerate you worship the devil, and that's what makes me play well. I don't really condone worshiping the devil, but whatever makes you play well, bud, go get him. But jamming out to Creed is worse than worshiping the devil. But whatever makes you play well, man. Look, and if the Rangers wind up playing the Astros next week in the ALCS, which I'm pulling for, it'd be cool for the state, I'll be rooting for Houston. But I am not anti-Rangers at all. I grew up a Rangers fan as a kid. When the Rangers went to the World Series in 2010, 2011, that was really great for me because my grandma on my dad's side was such a huge Rangers supporter, and had she been around to see it, it would have been. I was so happy for my dad and my late grandmother. So I grew up in Fort Worth, so yeah, I grew up a Rangers fan, and I support the Rangers. They're making it really, really hard to support them right now, but I'll fight through it. Just keep winning. It's like I always say, look, you want to have fungus on your shower shoes and be a slob? That's disgusting. You win a whole bunch of games in the show? That's cool. Having fungus on your shower shoes means you're colorful. The fact that this team's adopted Creed as its official band, you know what? Hey, you're winning. Hey, man, it makes you colorful, whatever.
Yeah. They're probably doing a bit with that. They probably know it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a bunch of 25-year-old kids.
Yeah. It's I'll turn on Carly Rae Jepsen just as a bit to like wake people up every now and then. I used to have it as my alarm clock, but it's a bit. I know it's terrible. It's like Terrible
funny.
Music Thursday, you know? It's a bit.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure some of those kids actually love it because it's, baseball, D-bag baseball players, but I bet mostly it's a bit. Years ago, the Dallas Stars hockey team, the official hockey team of Mike Taylor Live and Thunderdome. The Stars had a couple of guys that loved country music. And there's probably, 15, 16 years ago, Toby Keith had a big song called This Bar. You probably never heard it.
No, I've heard it.
I love this bar.
No,
we got rednecks. We got dogs. We got white trash. We got Mexicans. We love his bar. You remember so... Two dudes like Toby Keith, and I think a lot of the guys on the team were like, shut that shit off. It's horrible. But then the Stars went out, and what did they do? They went on a win streak. And it's like, bring back that fucking Toby Keith. And that wound up being like Toby Keith wound up being their rally song in the room that year during the playoff run. And that's probably what's going on here with the Rangers. I'm going to give them a pass as long as you keep winning. I'll give you a pass, but you start losing, that music's back to being ass. So I'll give you a pass, but that music is ass. Just saying. Carrie's in here. Hey, Bubba, back in March, you laughed at the Rangers. Now head to the Academy and get your playoff jerk and celebrate down Stone Oak Boulevard. God bless Charlie Huff. We'll end it there. All right, I am doing a show today called the 3 Cents Podcast with Ernie and Cleto and LG. It's week 2, our second episode. We hope you like it. Those boys are all fired up, want to make T-shirts and stuff, and I'm happy too. If y'all keep watching it, I'm going to keep putting more attention to that show, and we're going to start hyping it more. And so we're going to do it today at 2 o'clock. It's going to drop on my YouTube page, and we're going to post it on Ernie Zuniga's Facebook page.
Yeah, and I believe he also made a dedicated 3 Cents Facebook page as well.
Oh, just for 3 cents?
Yeah. So we can have the
thing.
true analytics. Yeah.
Oh man, but we're starting over from scratch. I wanted to piggyback off of all of Ernie's 20,000 Facebook friends.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna bring them all over. That's how you do
it.
We got to do it the right way.
What if we only get 10 people that watch it? How are we supposed to sell that?
That ain't gonna happen.
No, we're gonna get lost.
Speaking of which,
yes.
Paid Thunderdome member Navarro's in here with the
Navarro.
Let's give him a birthday shout out to Navarro. Happy birthday, dude.
All right. Happy birthday, Navarro. All right, we'll end with that. Go Rangers. Go Astros. F Creed. Happy birthday, Navarro. I'll be back on with Cleto and Ernie and Lawrence today at 2 o'clock on our YouTube page and apparently a new Facebook page too. All right. Love y'all hard. We'll see you in here on this show mañana. Tomorrow's People I Want to Punch Wednesday presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kell. It is the 3 Cents Podcast today at 2 on the interwebs of America. Love y'all hard. See ya. Hello, my friend. We meet again.
you, puppy.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it.